All right, nobody's talking about. I'm talking about. If you believe the NFL is scripted, I have to pray for you, brother, because your ability to like process logic and reason and probability is just it's skewed beyond fucking measure. I can't even comprehend how somebody would even come to the conclusion that a football game could be fake. Like the only way this makes sense that a football game could be fake if you've never played football a day in your life or been around and active in the actual game of football, like as a coach, referee, player. If you have not been active in the actual game, you cannot comprehend the level of intricacies that is required to be able to run those plays. And most of the time, those plays are not even ran correctly. Like people, that it confuses the fuck out of me to think pro sports would be scripted, especially with like massive team sports. Because when you're really examining, it's like okay, like soccer, there's 11 on 11 guys. How the fuck do you even have like everybody doing a particular thing where it doesn't look fake? It doesn't make any sense. Same thing with football. Football is even more complicated. You got guys colliding. You got full speed collisions. You have balls going to air, projectiles, people getting hit, physical contact. How are you possibly like of scripting this? And then who do you talk to the script? Like, and that's another thing you got to really think about the probability of this game. So the NFL is a massive billion, almost $1 trillion entity. They have many employees. Football, I think, is the highest employee based team sport besides maybe baseball. Baseball might be up there, but definitely football's up there. Just as far as the management and all the overhead that costs to get to run a team, it's fucking ridiculous. So, if there was somebody to be said scripting like the NFL, scripting it like WWE wrestling, who would start it initially? Who would be the guy to mastermind his operation? Because your best bet, the guy to mastermind the operation would be the current commissioner. And he would have to conspire with the owners, who are 32 guys. There's 32 guys that are owners. Those 32 owners will have to sit together, get in a room, and decide who is going to win for the season. Because who else is going to have the power to be actually able to convey and push and have the money to actually push these football players to do this scripted game that you believe is scripted because you lost money on a parlay? So when you take that measurement, you got 32 players. I mean, 32 team owners. They get together, they decide, do they do Russian roulette? Do they throw cards, dice? What the fuck do they do to be able to come up with the idea that this person is going to be said winner of the Super Bowl, and this is how we're going to do it over a 16-game season with 32 teams? Think about that logic. Like people tell me, oh, dude, they wanted the Chiefs to win. Why? Who gives a fuck? Who seriously gives a fuck besides the people in Kansas City or the Kansas City fans if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl and they win? Like, who does that benefit? They're like, oh, it benefits the bettors. Okay, so all the bettors are getting around collectively and deciding to talk and communicate upon who's going to win, and we're going to give money to Roger or whatever, whoever the main commissioner is now. I don't know if it's still Goodell, but give that guy money. He's going to go take that to the 32 owners. The 32 owners are going to figure out a way to randomize and get these teams to win by coordinating these huge games with full speed collision of guys hitting each other, throwing balls in the air, kicks and field goals, weather conditions. We're going to script it. Like, really, when you sit there and really play that backwards and really try to think about it, and they're not going to just do it for 1 year. They're doing it for every year. Every year they're going to script the Super Bowl. And here's the other thing. We also are so smart. We're so smart at the top of the level of the elites that we have plans for injuries. So say the biggest star in one game goes out. Well, if we had Kansas City playing fucking Tampa Bay and Tom Brady got hurt, we will make sure that the Chiefs win. Or vice versa. And it was like, what? What are you talking about? And people say it's good for the league if Patrick Mahomes is on commercial. I'm like, how is this good for the league? Nobody knows. Nobody knows these people, to be honest with you. Once you get to a certain level as a man, you have no idea what is going on in the realm of sports for the most part. I don't know who's playing, what's what. I even know there was a game today. I asked a girl on a date today. She's like, I got a football party I'm going to. I'm like, what? What football? She's like, there's the AFC. I'm like, huh? Really? That thing's happening? All right, well, have fun. Like, I'm literally so in my own world. So when I'm listening to these people and I see these things as a former football player, referee, and coach, to script a game, it's laughable. It's fucking laughable because the logic, the probability, the coordination, the money. There's so much work that would go into it. You're better off just letting the games play as they will, and just eating up that publicity and letting dumb people fucking talk about it. Because dumb people are gonna talk about anything. Everything to a dumb person is fake and scripted, except for their life. They don't believe that their life is scripted. But you're actually the own master of your own script. You script your life. But like, just the idea, like the gambling culture and the stupidity and the inability to do probability and long term thinking and prospecting, it's flabbergasting. There really is no more better way to say it besides flabbergasting. Because when you really start to think about the depths, and this is how you start to realize most America's like really just it's just cooked. America's society, America's people, we are cooked beyond cooked. Because we can't process reality. And there's so few people that are good at math and that can explain math and shit like that. That most people just suffer. They just suffer and they just blame random circumstances and random chance instead of looking at their action, looking at their choice and deciding, you know what? Maybe that isn't the fucking. Okay, I see. I understand now. Huh. But most people are not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, oh, fake. I'm angry. I'm mad. Oh, I'm fake. I'm angry. I'm mad. That's the average human response. Hey, I'm angry, I'm mad, and this is not fair, this is not real, this is fake. And it goes on the lines of the people calling space fake. That's another thing that like confuses me with the whole conspiracy group of people. Is that like they look at glaring obvious evidence and they say that's not good enough. It don't make no sense because I need to see this, this, and this. But it's like, what about the evidence we have currently? And that's what I'm saying with the football and Super Bowls and NBA championship. People saying it's fake and it's scripted. Where is the evidence that shows that it's scripted besides the random things you selected because a parlay had 3 points on it and they were able to kick a field goal to win by 1? And it's like shit like that is what confuses me because it's like it's a selective memory or a selective bias is what we look at with people with this chronic idea that sports are scripted and fake. Because I don't know, like if anybody ever watched like the WWE, it's very obvious what's going on. And people watching, they enjoy it even though they know it's fake. And you would imagine that's between two people that is highly coordinated. They practice that routine a lot. And you could still tell very obviously through the kinetics and the physicality of how they're moving, that's not fake. Like somebody doing a hand slap on your chest is not going to make you fucking drop back and fall back on your chest. But when you watch football, what of anything of those impacts looks fake? Like that's what's confusing me. Like people like they're like, oh, like if you play football and seen the impact, you're like, dude, there ain't no way this is fake. It's impossible to fake football. Even if you're playing against air, it would look fake. Like if the guy just stopped trying or he was giving you the play, it would be so obvious. But the intensity, the people getting hit, the smack, those hits are real. The game is real. I don't know what you're looking at. I think because you disassociate because of the TV, you're not able to actually hear the impact and see it. If you were able to hear and see it and be at the actual game, I think a lot of people would fucking say, yeah, I'm probably wrong. NFL's not scripted. This shit's definitely real. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for listening. Hopefully, you dum-dums who keep thinking the NFL is scripted for some reason, I pray you find logic and reason. Your life will get much better.